Hello, my name is Matt Stuber. This is Road to Nihon. This is going to be my multiple entry video diary, I guess you would say. Or vlog. I don't know what people call them these days. But the purpose of this and why I decided to do it is because I've decided about 6 months to a year ago that I'm going to move from the United States indefinitely to Japan. And this is something that I've always kind of wanted to do. I've wanted to do this since maybe since I was 13, 14 years old. I tried, multiple times to leave the United States. I've lived in the Caribbean twice. I've lived in Thailand and a number of different locations around the United States. Always wanted to live in Japan. Pretty much everything I was into as a child, namely video games, anime, music, the motorcycles I rode, all came from Japan. And also as a child, my father worked at a sushi restaurant as a sushi chef. So when I was about 4, 5, 6, 7, my dad's two closest friends were two gentlemen from Japan. So I was steeped in the culture a little bit as a child. That kind of waned for a while after my dad stopped doing that. We kind of lost touch with those two friends, which were, if I remember correctly, Hideo 1 and Hideo 2. Both of their names were Hideo, and so I called them affectionately as a kid, Hideo 1 or Hideo 2. After Hideo 1 and Hideo 2 left the picture, there was kind of like a large period of time throughout my childhood where I didn't really have much access to or exposure to Japanese culture. So I clang basically to the things that I had, being anime, video games, Japanese motorcycles, typical things that Western civilizations embrace. And it kind of slowly imparted the idea that I should be going to Japan at some point, maybe just to visit. I don't know where the crazy idea to move there came from. I think I'm kind of a crazy person, and everything that I do has to be in some sort of an extreme scenario. So I was like, I'm going to visit there. And then I was like, no, I should just move there forever. So that's where I'm at right now. And I've been abroad before, like I said, mentioned earlier. I lived in Thailand for a little while, and I spent 2 weeks in Chiang Mai and on vacation, and decided I was going to go and teach English there. And during this 2 weeks in Chiang Mai, I had a bunch of really formative experiences which really fortified in my mind why I was going to move there. And so I returned back to the United States from my trip with a whole load of motivation that I wouldn't say I didn't have before, but it was definitely added motivation. And I returned to work, put in my notice with my boss, and told him, hey, I'm moving to Thailand in 6 months. And he thought it was pretty funny, but I did it, toiled away, moved to Thailand. The first thing I did when I got there was I got my TEFL. I did my TEFL program, and I started teaching English for a little while. Got some classes down, and decided that I was gonna one day on a day off go on a trip with a friend of mine to Chiang Rai, which was I think about 3.5 hours away. And we both got on our motorbikes and went up there. We had a fairly uneventful ride all the way up there until about 20 minutes outside the city. The friend of mine who was with me, who was ahead actually leading us on this trip, went through an intersection, and as I tried to pass through the intersection, an older gentleman flew through the intersection and T-boned me on my motorcycle. And I went off the road. It threw me up in the air. I landed, went off down into a ditch on the side of the road, and just kind of crashed there. And I came to with this voice, Saudi Cup, Saudi Cup, Saudi Cup. It was this Thai guy on the side of the road looking down the embankment, calling out to me. I think he was trying to figure out if I was alright or not. And I got up and kind of like tried to pick up the motorbike because I was all disoriented. And he was like, "Oh, no, 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 no." And he like ran down the hill, grabbed my motorbike, pushed me up, pushed everything up onto the main road. And the cops came. We sorted everything out. The guy that hit me actually had run, because it's common in Thailand for people when involved in a motor vehicle accident to try to kill the person that hit them. So needless to say, he ran, but he hit me with such force that he ripped the license plate and whole front bumper off of his car, and it was laying in the road. So the cops had his car license plate number, and they were like, "Don't worry, we'll find this guy." So the sheriff in the town that we were in, I guess it was Chiang Rai, it was like literally right outside of Chiang Rai, brought me to his sheriff's station. And just as we're arriving, the guy that hit me was arriving as well. And he was like an 80-year-old man who had Alzheimer's, actually wasn't even supposed to be driving. So we went, got everything sorted out. His family came down. They were very nice, very grateful, very sad that this happened. They reimbursed me for the motorbike, gave me money to live for a couple of weeks because I was going to be out of work. And they bought me a bus ticket back to Chiang Mai, to which the sheriff had to carry me to because they didn't have crutches. And I needed crutches because I tore all the ligaments in my hip pointer and hip flexor in this particular accident. So we went, I went back to Chiang Mai on the bus. The bus driver helped me off the bus. I limped kind of into my apartment, and my Thai landlady, who was, her name was Mai, Pizza Mai, we called her, Pizza Mai. She saw that I was limping and asked me if I needed crutches, and she used to be a nurse, actually, coincidentally. She found me some crutches. I used these crutches for the next 2 weeks. Over the course of these 2 weeks, I really thought long and hard. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be tough for me to be here in this condition." I didn't know how long I was going to be out of work. I didn't know if I would have a job when I was done with recovery. So all these kind of things snowballed, and I decided to bail, basically. I bought a ticket home, and I flew back to the States. And that was my experience with living in Thailand. It was a good experience overall. I'm happy it didn't, in a weird way, I'm happy it didn't succeed, because I don't know if I would have be here right now in Seattle preparing to move to Japan. So after I moved back to the States, I did a number of different things, worked some more, basically procrastinated the inevitable, or the inevitability that I would have to actually go back to school for an education. I'm a photographer on the side. Basically, that's what I want to do with my career. So I'm going to school for communications and photojournalism. I'm in school in Seattle right now. I'm about 2 quarters in to my first year of my associate's degree. And the idea behind this associate's degree is, when I finish it, I'm planning on transferring to a university in Tokyo, or perhaps outside of Tokyo if I can get into one that's, more geared towards what I'm trying to do, or the area I want to be in. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm studying Japanese. I've done Japanese 122, which is the first Japanese course you can do at my school. I'm about to do, I'm actually currently enrolled in Japanese, the second variation of it. I might have said Japanese 122, but I meant I did 121, which is the first one. I'm currently in Japanese 122 now. So I'm toiling away, studying every day, and trying to get, all my ducks in a row to move to Nihon. Basically, I'm doing this channel because I realize there may be a number of people out there that are, I'd love to move somewhere else. I'd love to just leave the United States. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe even travel for a long period of time. And basically, my experience in the past has been, if you don't do it, you'll never know if you can. So you should just get out there, find the place you want to go research it, save up money, bang out a checklist, create a checklist of things you need to do to accomplish this goal, and just go for it. I'm in the middle of my checklist right now, and hopefully this series of videos that I will do will lead me up until I depart for Japan, and I hope to continue them when I'm there to document my arrival, all the things that I have to go through upon arrival, and hopefully it'll provide some insight in how someone does this. I realize there's a number of different channels out there where people are doing this, but I want it to be my own personal experience. And if no one ends up watching these videos, that's fine with me. Of course, it would be nice if people did, but this will serve as kind of like a video diary of my whole process. So thanks for watching, and I'm probably going to release another video soon that's a little more concise, that doesn't have such a haphazard approach to my background. Maybe something that's a little more robust, or what I'm currently doing right now. But anyways, thank you.